Hi and welcome to the second of my videos on the isolated Christian. My name is Ian Campbell, and on the first video I talked about being in isolation, and this is being a forced isolation, and I want to sort of carry on that theme, and that I was talking about, you know, when you being in isolation, you're wondering about what to do, and we talked about praying, but I want to pick up on the theme of you know, God himself. So I want to sort of take you back to the very beginning. Now I know if you're a Christian watching this video, you know, you probably know all about this anyway, but if you're not a believer, then hopefully this will encourage you too. But I want to look at, you know, when you see a picture of the world hanging there, you know, in space, and I want to take you back to that moment when God was looking at that world. That's the world he just created. And I want to sort of look at it from the fact that when God stood there looking at the world that he created, I want you to think of that for you yourself, that God has been into, from the cradle to the grave, every split second of your life, every moment of your life. And even watching the video today, before the world began, when God looked at the world, before actually time itself kicked off, God was sat in your living room, wherever you're at right now, watching this video. And I mean, that might be crazy for you to think about, but God has already been here and he's seen your today. And that's the point I want to pick up on. You know, God has been in to your day. He's been in every single day of your life, as I said, from the cradle to the grave. And that he's been in every split second of your life. He knows what you're going to think before you think it. He knows what you're going to say before you say it. He knows what's going to happen. He knows who's in your day. He knows all about your day. So if you believe what I'm saying to you, and as a Christian I know you do, but if you really believe it in your heart that he knows that, then surely he is the person to go to on such a time as this, that we're in this forced isolation. And if you're thinking, what is it I need to be doing, then surely, if you're with me on this video, that if God has been in your very day, if he's been in today, and he knows exactly what's going to happen, he knows what you're going to think, what you're going to say, you know, obviously in isolation, you know, he knows that you're not going to be meeting anybody. But what I'm trying to point out is the fact that because God has been in today and he knows exactly who you are, what you're capable of, but more importantly, what he can do through you. And that's what I want to, you know, sort of major on today, is that God works through you. And surely you need to turn to him and ask, what is it I can do today? What can I do today? What difference can I make to my friends, colleagues, brothers, sisters, family, auntie, uncles, whatever it is, whoever it is? What difference can I make? But Father, I'm not too sure what to do, but you know me. And you've been in today, you've seen today already. This today is your yesterday. It might be my today, but it's your yesterday. So what difference can you make through me to someone else? Can I make a phone call? Can I make a video like I'm doing now? Can I encourage somebody in some way? Can I transfer some money? Can I say something? You know, what is it that I can do? Because, you know, in these times that it's very easy for us to slip into, you know, I'm sat here on my own, I'm lonely, I'm isolated, and the enemy wants you to focus on the fact that you're isolated, but God wants you to focus on who he is, what he can do. Don't focus on where you're at, who you are and what you can't do. Focus on him, what he can do and who he is, and mainly what he wants to do through you. Because just because you're in isolation doesn't mean you're alone, doesn't mean there's nothing that you can do. God has got so much for you to do today, right now, but it will only work if you give yourself over to him and ask him, what is it you want me to do, Lord? What is it you want me to do today? What difference can you make to someone through me, through the people I know and love? What can you do, Father? And that's the point I just want to make today. You know, use today wisely. Let's start using this time of self-isolation to understand that we might be alone. As I said in my first video, we might be alone, we might be isolated, but God isn't. Let's start looking at our days and saying, Father, what can you do through us today? Who can you reach today? What is it you want to do? And when you do, not if, when you do, that's when God will start working through you. God has got so much for you to do, you would be surprised if only you would ask him. So I hope that's been a bit of encouragement for you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for listening. This is Ian Campbell, the Isolated Christian. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.